A woman can make or break a man. Is it possible? Absolutely. Definitely. That's a big yes. A woman can indeed make a man or break a man. This is why, as men, you can be the most successful man on the planet. You could have all the money in the world. You could have all the fame in the world. But the moment you bring a quarrelsome woman into your life, into your space, you are going to end up in a bad place. I look at the Will Smith situation and everything that transpired in the greatest night, or one of the greatest nights of his life, which is a night where he was supposed to get the night was supposed to be a crowning moment of his life's hard work, the Oscar night. And all that was overshadowed by one foolish action, which some people might say, oh, he did it himself. But this is why it is key for things to be put into perspective. If his wife was a good woman, there is no way in the world you as a woman will sit there and watch your husband not just disgrace himself, but disgrace the entire family like that. It's almost like she has this level of control over him where she just gives him this look and then he just starts acting like an idiot. And it's so sad because for some of us, watching Will Smith right from young age, when he was still doing the Fresh Prince, up until when he started doing music and succeeded and did so well in his endeavors, sold so many records, brought smile to a lot of people's faces, and then he moved into films, did so well, succeeded as well. And I must say this, only a few men succeed in this life. And then only fewer men succeed in multiple aspects of their life. So few men succeed in life, but then fewer men succeed in multiple endeavors in life. And Will Smith is one of those few men or fewer men who have succeeded in multiple endeavors. Has a lot of money, a lot of success, a lot of fame. But what was his biggest mistake? Having a quarrelsome woman. Having children by a quarrelsome woman. That's his biggest mistake. And history kind of repeats itself. Even going back to the biblical times, the story of Samson and Delilah that we were told growing up so many times. There were even videos made of it, where Samson was the strongest man, could kill a lion, could do anything. But what brought him down? A quarrelsome, bad woman. This is why as men, we are seeing the fine print, we're seeing the blueprint. That you could be very rich, you could be successful, you could be wealthy, you could have fame. But the moment you bring a quarrelsome woman into your life, and worse off, have a kid or children by a quarrelsome woman, you are finished. Having a relationship with a bad woman is fine. You can move on from that. Even marrying them in some cases, you can still move on from that. But having kids by them is a problem. Another classic example, look at Kanye West, for instance. Even though I would say in his case, he knew what he was getting into. You cannot allow yourself to be in that position as a man where you are not just having these women in your space, but you're also having children by them, it is always going to be bad. Because when you have when you have children by a quarrelsome woman, that's a scar for life, because that child would always be that significant reminder of that mistake you made. And regardless of how the child pans out, you are always going to have connection with that woman because of that child. It's easier to walk away from a situation when you know there's no child involved. You could just move on. But once there's a child, or once there's children, it's very difficult, because you want to have something to do with that child. You want to have a relationship with that child, but then that means you are tied to that woman forever. And as we've seen in most cases, having a negative, quarrelsome woman and then having a child by that woman is a recipe for disaster. So men need to be very careful who we lay with, and we need to be even more careful who we impregnate. This is why we need to vet and vet and vet, because if we do not and we make that mistake, our money, all the success in this world would not be able to save you. All the money in this world will not be able to save you. That is why even in the Bible, I believe it's somewhere in Proverbs, it says it's better to live at the corner of a roof than to be under the same roof as a quarrelsome woman. The Bible recognizes this. So it's not worth it. It's not worth it. And what do all these men have in common? They all have children by these women. That is why it's so easy to walk away. I take that back. That is why it's so difficult to walk away for them. If there were no kids involved, then you could wash your hands off and say, okay, it's not working. But because you already have children by these women, sometimes the man might be like, oh, listen, I don't want my children to grow up in a single parent household, so I need to stay. But then eventually, as a man, you have to take the blame, because you are the one that proposes to the woman, not the other way around. So it's left for you to vet these women and know who you are getting in bed with, know who you are impregnating. Otherwise, as the saying goes, a woman can make or break a man. You just might end up with a woman who is going to break you. And on the flip side, can a woman make a man? Absolutely. There are women out there who have made men by their actions, by everything they do, everything they bring. But I'll say this, in today's world, there are much more women who are ready to destroy you and burn everything you've worked for the rest of your life, as we see in the case of Will Smith. So men, we need to be careful. We need to vet and watch and know, and also have it at the back of our minds, that a woman can make or break you. It's left for you to choose which way to go. Are you going to go with a woman that would make you, or are you going to go with the woman that would break you?